Hello, my name is Stephen Stone. I'm a senior reviewer for the Absolute Sound. Currently, you can find 252 of my reviews on the Absolute Sound's website. If we include reviews I've done for other outlets, there are over 500 reviews currently on the internet that I've done about audio. Once or twice at audio shows, someone has suggested I'm an audio guru. That's not me. I'm a journalist. I studied journalism in college, and I see my role as a student whose job entails rearranging the data I've collected and putting it in a more digestible form for you guys. On the Absolute Sounds website, you'll find reviews I've written on digital audio converters, power amplifiers, preamplifiers, phono preamplifiers, loudspeakers, headphones, headphone amplifiers, portable players, and in-ear monitors. The only category you'll not find me writing about are reviews of turntables and cartridges. There are several reasons I don't review turntables and cartridges. The principal one is Absolute Sound already has two excellent turntable and cartridge specialists, Andre Jennings and Michael Fremer. My personal reason for not reviewing turntables is just that in my systems, LPs are just not the alpha source. They're not the best quality music sources I have at my disposal. Unlike many reviewers, I've been making my own source material for years. With Mika Shatner in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and J. Gordon Holt, founder of Stereophile magazine in Boulder and Denver, I've been part of recording more than 100 live classical concerts. Most were full symphony orchestra. In Boston, I recorded at Harvard's Sanders Theater, New England Conservatory's Jordan Hall, and even Boston Symphony Hall a couple times. My recordings at Boulder were done primarily at Colorado's University at Boulder Mackey Auditorium. Also have a number of recordings I made as a principal engineer at the Salina Schoolhouse, including live music sets by Mr. Sun and by the Deadly Gentleman. Actually, I turned Gus Skinnis onto the venue. He's a founder of one of the guys who created the DSD format, and he does all his recordings there. Since I was an engineer or assistant engineer on so many recordings, I have a whole library to draw from. And since I was there at the setups and the dress rehearsals, I had the opportunity to walk around the venues and listen to the sound during the rehearsals in various parts of the hall. And I know exactly where the performers were located, and I know how all the instruments sounded in a live hall. And that's a major advantage when I'm evaluating audio equipment. It helps me. It makes the sonic tells a lot easier. I mean, the disadvantage of using commercial recordings as a reference is you weren't at the session. You don't know where people were. You have to make assumptions. And good reviewers and high-end guys can usually get it right, but they're still making the assumption. There's still a guess on what you're hearing and not based on some sort of truth. I have, since the turn of the century, specialized in high performance rather than high-end audio gear to review. I like gear that can be purchased by more than just a privileged few. High performance gear, as I define it, can be heard and used in many systems and heard by many ears. And I like that. I'm just not a fan of bling. I think gold should be used on contacts, not outside chassis. I had a personal project that I worked on about a year ago during the whole lockdown that involved buying a whole bunch of Chinese gear from AliExpress. They call it fever gear. And so a lot of the gear was based on tried and true designs, based on US designs, actually, out of things that were out of patent. And that was very cool. And I've also reviewed gears from IFI, SHIT, and various other budget or entry-level manufacturers who promise gear that can be afforded by maybe even a college student. And I like that because for me, it's all about bringing the young people into the industry, because old people, we have this bad habit of dying, and you can't buy a lot of gear when you're dead. You can't enjoy a lot of gear either. So I encourage people to enjoy it while they're around, but maybe they should save a little bit of that for the next guy. During my lifetime, I've watched housing costs increase to the point that, except in rare cases, the room that holds your audio system will very likely be more expensive than all the gear inside. So for many music lovers and audiophiles, they found themselves in situations where they really can't have a room-based system due to space limitations. I see this as an ongoing trend. The solution for me was to put together a Nearfield or desktop system that can fit into a much smaller space, yet provide full-scale music reproduction. It took a while to get it together. I actually used a lot of Chinese gear and used a lot of inexpensive gear and came up with a system that I'm very happy with. You can see it behind me. I'll probably go into greater detail in another video exactly what's in it because I want to write a column about it. So it represents a very nice solution for people who want to listen to music, want to be involved in music, and just don't have the space for a full room-based system. I'm a big user of headphones. At recording sessions, they're a necessity unless you want to disturb the whole recording. I have in my collection a ridiculous number of headphones. I have over 50 pairs. I have in-ears, I have on-ears, I have open, I have closed capsule earphones. A lot of headphones. With the best ones, you can get all the spatial, harmonic, and dynamic information delivered in a far more intimate, direct manner than with loudspeakers in a traditional room-based system. I believe that. Most of the videos I'll be making will be about high-performance, high-value components that I believe offer something special in both design and execution that can rival far pricier gear in terms of value and pleasure given for dollars spent. That's my beat, and I'm going to stick to it.